or even through your memory, the different additions that you made and how that was built, where the supplies came from and everything, even, shipping it and stuff, and then building it, and who built it, and how that all went down. That was pretty amazing for us to hear, and I'd like, for our friends to be able to hear
I
about
see.
that too.
Well, the first major building project that we did was we built a chapel and a bathhouse, and we extended this dining room all at the same time, which may have been a mistake in some respects. It was a little bit too much work, but it all needed to be done. And the Lord really led. I wanted to take this building and tear it down and to build a brand new building in here, but the man who owns the little tiny piece of land behind us wouldn't sell it. And so we were forced to buy another piece of land first, and so we bought that. And then we thought, okay, he'll sell his land. Well, we didn't. So we ended up having this small triangular piece of land on a 55-degree slope, and what are we going to do with that? And so I decided, well, first off, we have to terrace it. So I contacted a local guy who can get the permits to put in the walls to terrace it. And as I was watching this being done, and as I watched other work being done, I realized that a lot of it was really not being done very well. And I also realized that I can do just as good a job as they were doing. And so I kind of decided, hey, why don't I cut out all of this, all of these middlemen who are sucking up a lot of money, and why don't I just do it myself? It's a lot cheaper. However, I have to say, my experience has shown it takes an awful lot longer. But it certainly is cheaper. So when it came time to build the chapel, I had a lot of trouble getting an architect to do it, but I finally had a Christian architect in Tokyo, and he had a fantastic draftsman and was able to work out a nice foundation system. And so I contracted for the it was a steel and concrete foundation that we built. It had to be cantilevered out because the land is small. And for all of the wood products, I went to Seattle and ordered them all through a company there who also put them in containers and shipped them over. And so I bought 4 containers worth of material, about $120,000 worth of material, and shipped it all here, and I paid for that all out of my own money, and I had saved that over the years, and so that's how we got this thing going. And so then I contacted a lot of friends and had them come over as volunteers. I had about 7 or 8 guys here at one time. We worked for about 3 months, and we got the main building, the studs and the siding and the roof on, and we got all that done, and we rebuilt the bathhouse, and we got this place, this dining room, kind of closed in a little bit for winter. We get a lot of snow here in the winter. We normally have about 1.5 meters, 2 meters on the ground, and so our winters are somewhat severe. But I got all of that on, and then I just continued working by myself and with my kids, which was really fantastic to be able to work with your kids. I'm not sure they all thought that way, but but it was a good experience for them, and it was good to work with your kids rather than just tell them what to do all the time. We worked together, and they helped, and I helped them, and so it was a great experience. And so slowly we finished the outsides and the insides of the buildings, and they began to take shape, and we were able to expand and take in more people. And we also have we have this hot water which we get from way down the hill. It's about 400 meters down the hill, and so I have this great big long pipe, and that had to be changed. And over the years, various Christians have provided the money for parts of the pipe, and so I've been able to change parts of it that were really old and put in new, good insulated pipe to protect the heat. And I go out and I rent the backhoes, and I have my own 2-ton truck with a crane on it, and I do as much work as I can myself, and that kind of really keeps the costs down. And it's kind of fun because when people come every summer, they look around and say, "Whoa, what did you change this year?" You know, and so they're kind of interested to see what I've done, and there's also a responsibility to do something new every year, so everything's a little bit different. Now I have one son helping me full time. That's Paul, and that's a real blessing. That really helps a lot. So, and on the building that we just bought, it hadn't been used for about 10 years, and so the roof has got leaks in it, and certain parts are broken due to heavy snow load, and the piping was all bad, and so we've had to change a lot of that, and the kitchen floor was rotted out, and piping was bad underneath that, so we've gone in and changed all of these things, and we do them all ourselves, and it's a lot of work. However, it's really cheap, and it helps us a lot because we're a long way from town. We're 20 kilometers from town, and it's hard to get people to come out here and to do that kind of work, and not cheap. So we do it ourselves. We have basically all of our own tools. We could use some more, but we're in pretty good shape, and we do most of this ourselves, and it all comes together and works somehow. The Lord just blesses it. So that's kind of how we've gotten here. So, actually, if I were to stand next to some of these things and describe them, then you might have a little bit better idea. If you go out and you look at the chapel when I sent drawings to the U.S. and said, "Hey, I'm building this chapel. Would you come over and help?" And a lot of guys said, "Oh yeah," and so they came over, and then when they looked at the foundation that was there, "This is so big." Yes, all you have to do is read the dimensions. Yes, but they pictured a chapel as something nice and small, and ours is a little bit not huge, but it's fairly good size. So it makes a difference when you can see it and touch it. Yeah.
Good. Thanks. Well, that's great, I think.
Okay.
Good.